So this is the most expensive controller I've ever bought. First and foremost, I want to start off this YouTube video by thanking all the folks who continue to support this channel. So according to my statistics, 95% of folks who watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. That's like way more than half of the folks who watch these videos. So help this small channel grow, folks, and please hit that subscribe button. Also hit the like button if this video was also helpful. It helps me a lot to know that my channel is #1 is growing and that you folks enjoy this. Also, folks, please watch this video to the end. I got something amazing I want to announce at the end of the video, so you might want to watch this video in its full entirety. All right, so let's jump into the video. All right, so the first thing we'll talk about is basically the unboxing itself of the video. So I unboxed this beautiful controller. If you guys want to see a full version of the unboxing, with just the unboxing and not me talking at all, you can always there's also a link right above my head that you can click, and you can get to see the video in full raw uncut video of me just unboxing the controller itself without me talking, if you just don't want to hear my amazing voice. The controller itself, my first impression of when I just opened the box was that the controller looks a lot less than what it was on the website. On the website, the controller looks so much more rad, so much better, but in person I don't really think I like the gray very much. However, the back buttons from the jump are super premium. The presses of the buttons itself, the way how they look, the different accents of different buttons, the thumbsticks, these are amazing. The quality is top notch. I've never seen anything like this in terms of the level of detail and the quality of the controller itself. So what's inside of the box? So inside the box is a smaller box that comes inside the box as well, and it comes with two different convex, not concave, yes, a convex thumbsticks. That's amazing. It also comes with a USB cable, and the USB cable looks way long enough to do anything basically, and you can definitely use this USB cable if you play on PC. There's also a manual inside of the box that shows us to do different things with the controller. Also inside the box there's also a small safety sheet as well that talks a little bit more about safety and how to safely use the controller. I don't think there's anything in the controller to harm you, but I mean, there's also a safety manual in there. I guess it's in there for a purpose and for a reason. So when we talk about the specs of the controller itself, first it has removable paddles. It also have a high performance grips. It also have adaptive triggers that comes with it as well. It also have instant triggers. Actually, no, it doesn't have instant triggers actually. So the Pro line of the controller, which is the one I have right now, the Reflex Pro, it does not have the instant triggers, which is a huge bummer. It has interchangeable thumbsticks, so you can definitely change your thumbsticks of these ones as well. So if you want to purchase the OEM thumbsticks, I also have those for sale on my website, so the link would be in the description below if you don't want to use the Scuf one and you want to use the original one. I personally like the original one better than the Scuf ones, but you know, some people might actually like the Scuf ones a lot better. So it depends on what you like and depends on what your preferences may be as well. So obviously it comes with Bluetooth. Every PlayStation 5 controller comes with Bluetooth. It comes with the vibration module. You also have a mute button. You also have your onboard profile, so you can definitely have two different profiles as well. I use DS4 Windows on my PC, so I don't really need to store profiles. But if you play multiple games like you play, for example, you know, we have this one, the Pro version does come with the adaptive triggers. So if you play like racing games, or when you play first FPS games, you can definitely change different modes as well, and that's very useful for doing that. So it's nice that they actually have that profile as well that you can have. So it also comes with a USB Type-C out of the box, and really nice USB Type-C. Also comes, it does not have customization. So unfortunately, none of the Scuf Reflex controls right now, you can customize them, which is kind of a huge bummer for a lot of people. So how long did the controller take? I purchased this controller all the way from December 28th, 2021. And I only received this controller recently, January 27th. So it takes me like exactly 4 weeks for me to get this controller. Okay, so talking about the back pedals itself, right? So the one thing I would say about the back pedals is that it's a little bit harder to press than if you were using a 771 controller from Extreme Rate build or aim controller. It's a little bit more harder to press. It does take some time to get used to, but I think it's something that anyone will get used to. But the good thing about that is that you won't press it accidentally, because you have to actually intentionally press it, and you have to press it with a little bit of force for it to be activated, each button press. A lot of people may like that, but honestly, the placement of the buttons is really reasonable. Like, I can press them very easily. The inside buttons have a little bit of a distance to reach for me personally, because I have smaller fingers or smaller hands. But a person like my cousin, when I asked him to try the controller, he was like, wow, like the control that I can actually use all 4 buttons. So the button, the way how the buttons are set up and the way how the buttons functions really well. I mean, I'm not gonna like rehash and keep going over this, but the instant triggers missing is a huge problem for me personally because I love instant triggers. However, the paddles itself, when you look at the paddles of the controller, it's really high quality compared to all the controls. I've built a lot of controls, I've reviewed a lot of controls on this channel, and I own a lot of controllers, and this controller has a lot of quality to it. Like, it is pretty expensive, but you know what you're paying for actually. But you know, one of the caveats of this controller, basically the paddles operate a lot like buttons. It feels like buttons, and the reason I'm saying that is because it's a paddle, but it uses a similar mechanism to what AIM uses, where you know it has like the small holes and then it has like a part that like little clicks of buttons. So Extreme Rig controller has actual paddles. It feels like paddles when you're actually using it. So it has a little bit more bounce to it, right? But this one has no bounce to it. It's very solid presses, and also to press a little bit harder for it to be activated. A little bit, even a little harder than you have to press the AIM controller, which is quite of a bummer for me personally. But other than that, the quality of the pedals is really good. So when we talk about gameplay, gameplay was really good. I actually think I did really well in the game. I had a lot of issues with the back pedals not being as instant, and I died a lot because of that, because I'm so used to having my Extreme Rig control where the pedals are so instant. As soon as I tap it, it's already shoot. Like, it's so much more faster in terms of like aliasing and shooting. But having the regular triggers is a huge bummer, and for the amount of money that I paid, you want to think that they would actually get some instant triggers. Okay, so now we're at the end of the video. So this is the part where I tell you you should buy the controller, you should not buy the controller. However, I'm going to break it down into 3 different parts, and I'm going to let you decide what you need to do. Okay, so the first part is, so the pricing. It's pricey. It costs $229.99, plus you have to pay for shipping, plus whatever taxes that they may charge depending on where you live in the country. So I paid $282 American dollars for it, right? So that's a lot of money. It's more than 3 times the value of a regular DualSense controller. So it's not cheap. It's literally no joke. So number 2, the back pedals are a little bit more like harder to press. The good thing about it is that you won't accidentally press any buttons. So accidentally pressing buttons can cost you fights when you're playing competitively. So that's also a plus and a negative at the same time. So 3, I'm gonna talk about the quality. Oh my gosh, this controller is really good. So the quality of the controller is top notch. This is tier, like this is S tier quality in terms of all the controllers I've reviewed so far. The materials, the way how it's set up, it's thought out. This thing is well thought out. This is not something that they just built. It literally took time to build this. The thing about it right now is that if you want to get a Scuf controller, you can't just go ahead and buy a Scuf controller. You have to sign up for their mailing list, and then there's a bunch of people waiting. You have to go in a queue. It's like a whole process just to buy a Scuf controller. So would I recommend this for you? I would recommend it for you, if you have enough money to spend on this controller, because it's very expensive. So if you have the money to drop on this controller, sure, go ahead and pick it up. If you're everyday Joe who just plays on the weekend casually with your boys and you go on and play, I wouldn't recommend buying this controller. I recommend getting something more cheaper, something more affordable. But if you have extra money like laying around and you don't mind spending it on a really nice controller, go ahead and spend it on it. It's a really nice controller. The quality of the controller is excellent. I think you would definitely love it. If you have made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting. So here's the thing. I want to keep this momentum going. I want to keep reviewing a lot of controllers. The Scuf controller is very expensive, right? But I love it. I love talking about it. And if you folks have any questions, any ideas, please leave it in the comment section. The special thing I want to talk to you folks about is that I'm thinking about buying a Battle Beaver. However, here's the thing. I need to know that there's interest in folks want to see a Battle Beaver, or want to see a Battle Beaver compared to a Scuf controller and an AIM controller. So if you want to see that type of content, I need to know from you, my viewers. So if this video hits 1,000 likes, I will be buying a Battle Beaver. Yeah. So again, like, subscribe, share, comment, keep making this channel awesome. Thank you so much again, folks, for tuning in, and peace. I'm out.